Today's reading is Mettaton from the Sexypedia Wiki. Spoilers ahead! This article contains major spoilers about this sexy person and/or their source material. Please proceed with caution. Mettaton is one of the characters and one of the major bosses in the video game Undertale. Although the character himself has debated that he couldn't become a sexy man due to the outdated conventionally attractive rule, Mettaton finally shined himself as a sexy man thanks to the new rules of the Sexy Man Wiki that are based on correctness than pickiness. His class is Tiamat, his main alias is MTT, and his source is Undertale. Basic information. Mettaton is a robot with a soul, previously a ghost, who was built by Dr. Alphys. Initially poised as an entertainment robot turned human killing machine due to a technical oopsie, Mettaton is later revealed to only have acted as such at Alphys' behest, so that she could rescue the protagonist from him, making her feel important and become closer to them. At which point he attempts to kill them for real, not for Alphys' sake, but for TV ratings. Mettaton is the sole television star of the Underground. Check him out on the Undertale Wiki for more information. Archetypes. Androgynous. Although in the game he is referred to exclusively by masculine pronouns, his box form, due to literally just being a box with some lights on the front, probably more aptly described as genderless, but for the sake of having 3 things in the list, shut up. EX form, due to wide hips, tiny waist, slender build, eyelashes, and general bitchy/femboyery. And Neo form, same as the last, appear very androgynous, which led to some confusion among the fans in the early days of the fandom, with many assuming his EX form was intended to be female. Bait. One of the more conventionally attractive characters in the game, both in and out of the universe, but we all know who the fans picked instead. Capitalist. A huge celebrity in the underground, the game is filled with many products branded under his name, abbreviated to MTT, ranging from home appliances to fast food to human soap substitute, for baking of course, and even whatever the hell Bishy cream is. As previously mentioned, there is a fast food restaurant operating under the MTT brand, as well as a high-end restaurant and comedy club and a hotel, all 3 of which share a building. Distinctive voice. Mettaton's iconic
Oh, yes.
upon turning into his EX form is one of the very few voiced lines in the entire game. As one would probably expect, it's a deep, sultry, seductive 2 words with a robotic filter applied. Egotistical. He is exceedingly self-centered, always looking for attention and adoration and often leaving behind those he cares about in the process. The most extreme example is the King Mettaton neutral ending, in which he doubles down on his egoism and becomes a tyrant after Alphys' disappearance, even being implied to disappear people who don't like him. Eye imagery. In his EX form, his right eye is covered by hair a la emo cut, and his left eye appears to have some ambiguous manner of circuitry or metal plating underneath it. In his Neo form, his hair is dramatically swept up and back, revealing that a huge chunk of the right side of his face is apparently missing, with only a black void and a glimmer presenting the eye showing. Whether this implies it is missing from his EX form as well, or simply that the Neo form was very unfinished upon its first deployment is unknown, as it is never shown. Glowing neon. His box form has a 4x5 two-tone grid-like display that acts as a primitive face. And his EX form has bright pink accents often depicted as glowing in fan art. In his Neo form, he gains a pair of holographic angel wings. LGBTQ+ coded. His whole backstory of being a ghost that hated his incorporeal body until Alphys built him a new one he feels comfortable in is an allegory for transitioning. This is made more obvious by the fact that when talking about Napstablook's cousin, Undyne uses they-them pronouns, but Mettaton now uses he-him. Plus, the flamboyant androgynous genderly appearance of his EX and Neo forms. Non-human/robot/undead. Mettaton was originally a ghost, but Alphys built him a robot body to possess so he could truly feel like himself and pursue his dream of stardom, and be really, really sexy. One-winged angel. Has several forms. The default box form is used for the majority of the game. The EX form is used in the final battle at the end of the core, which, if one were to play the genocide route, would be replaced by the Neo form. Power. While in his box form, Mettaton has the highest defense in the game and is impossible to kill, due to being made of metal. His EX and Neo forms are significantly more vulnerable, exchanging their defense stats for far more attack power, which Neo specifically takes to absurd levels. Quotable catchphrases.
Oh, yes.
is his in-game catchphrase and his very first line in the game upon his introduction in Alphys' lab, as well as his voiced line upon transforming into Mettaton EX. Additionally, "Who needs arms with legs like these" is an oft-quoted and memed line from the Mettaton EX battle. Theme song has several boss themes: Metal Crusher for his box form, Death by Glamour for his EX form, and Power of Neo for his Neo form. Many other songs in the game are either associated with him directly or utilize his motifs. Villain/technically antagonist. He is the main antagonist throughout Hotland and spends the majority of the game trying to kill the protagonist. However, like most other Undertale characters, he can't exactly be called evil. He is at his worst in the King Mettaton ending, in which he has a breakdown after learning of his only remaining friend's death and becomes a tyrant. Well-dressed/suit guy. Mettaton can be seen in a variety of outfits throughout the game, including a red and yellow suit, a blue ball gown, and a chef's hat and apron, all of which, unfortunately for his enjoyers, are only ever seen festooning his box form. His most well-known form, EX, is quite sleek and stylish, showing off white shoulder pads, tight black pants/leggings, and magenta high-heeled boots, as well as an ungodly amount of eyeshadow and a perfectly preened Hot Topic haircut to kill for. Fanon tropes. Fanon splintering. With the Undertale fandom's obsession with AUs, it was only natural for him to become a target of this. Flenderization/marked canon/canon divergence. Mettaton is often reduced to funny leg meme robot by fans, completely overlooking the complexities of his character, such as the way he masks his insecurities with vanity, causing him to push away the people he cares about. Other fans reduce his entire character to sexy robot. While he is a sexy robot, there's more to him than just that. Johnlocked. He is often shipped and fan-worked with Papyrus and to a lesser extent, his cousin Napstablook. In the Undertale fandom, Papyrus, like most characters in the game, is a fan of Mettaton, and he once praised Mettaton's original box form as a sexy rectangle. Fans of this pairing love both of their flamboyant and ready for the spotlight attitudes, but some detractors say that Papyrus is too innocent, Mettaton is too sexual, or the ship has no reason to exist because they have no real canon interactions, unless you count Papyrus and Sans working for the tyrannical King Mettaton in one neutral ending, which doesn't feature any dialogue between the two. Monster features. Mettaton is often depicted with fangs in fan art because of one of his expressions in the Mettaton EX fight. Whether this could be considered to be canon or not is dubious and could go either way.